Evening Retro Raiders. This is Nick, solo for the first time. Yeah, I'm gonna do a solo run of Comix Zone because I know a lot of people who have played this game and say that it's way too hard and they just don't know how to go through it. Like, they just don't know how to get through. But now, before I start, I'm just going to say that I'm not going to guarantee that I will get all the way through the game. Most of the time I do play this game, I do make it through, and with the good ending. But it's not always possible because sometimes the game just fucks you up. Like, it really fucks you over. Like when you get to the question mark items, it's supposed to give you a random item, and it usually does. But sometimes it'll just blow you up without giving you anything, and obviously with the game being the way it is, that is a very costly penalty. So something like that may well end up happening, so I'm just going to say that now. But as long as all goes well and I get pretty lucky with the mystery items, I should be okay. My first tip for this game is knowing how to do the combos. Like, I'll do a quick explanation. If you hold up and forward, you see he puts his leg in that sort of kickboxing position, and if you hold sort of forward and down as well, yeah, he'll do another one like that. And hitting the attack while in these stances will do, the corresponding combo, a low combo for that. And for the upper one, you'll do a sort of head height combo. Yeah, and it's really important to just kind of mix them up. Just rapidly switch between high, low and mid combos. High, low and mid attacks while fighting. This goes for any enemy type as well. Definitely. But sorry, my controllers a bit. The controls are a bit mixed up, but it's all good. And this is the first puzzle of the game. Really don't need to tell you what to do here. Although look at this, I find it can sometimes be a bit of a trick to get Sketch to grab onto the switch. I don't know why. That is, every other switch in the game he just grabs onto straight away, but here you have to kind of do that for some reason. Why that is, I don't know. I think I'll use a knife on these. Okay, I thought it'd save me a bit more energy than that, but yeah. Second tip is when you're breaking open objects like that, like those oil drums, what you want to do is just sort of walk into them, and whilst holding that direction, tap the attack button to do a kind of shoulder barge, because that's the most damaging. That's the most damaging attack you can use on containers and things, and things that need to be broken. And it doesn't, so it and it costs the same amount of health to do it, so it won't hurt you much to do it. It'll hurt a lot less to use a shoulder barge than to like punch and kick things, is what I'm saying. See, one strike for that. That's super great. I screwed that up and didn't press the button quick enough. Yeah. If you're lucky with that guy, he'll fall down the pit there. He doesn't always, though. Sometimes you have to give him a bit more convincing. Just stand there, give him 3 kicks. And make sure you press jump right at the very edge there, because that is a long jump. Very long jump. It's probably the longest jump you'll have to make in the game, and you can only just about make it. And you've only got one life at this point, so you screw that up, and it's right back at the beginning. But yeah, okay, first thing is, do not knock this door down, not even with shoulder barges, and I'll show you why. Send out roadkill just there, and he'll uncover a cluster of dynamite. Pick him up before you use the dynamite, because otherwise he'll end up walking into him, blowing himself up, and you're going to need him later. So yeah, don't let that happen. And of course, move out the way, because that's going to... Oh, that would be a fucking costly mistake, that would. A couple of uppercuts for these. If you leave these for long enough, they'll start dropping crawlers on you, which are easy to deal with, but, you know, as long as you can stop them, you may as well. Kick that dickhead into the fan there. Always try and do that. Cut the fight a bit short, even if he is the weakest enemy there is. No choice but to shoulder barge that. This one's pretty obvious, just shove the crate into it and get the fuck out of the way. Now you've got a choice here. You can go up and to the left, or just down and to the right. There. I tend to choose this way, because if we go this way, we can break this open and take the hand grenade. So it just gives us more to use against the boss, is all. Although there is a really quick and easy way of killing the boss, the first level boss, without having to use any weapons, and I'll show that to you. You may know it and you may not. But yeah, I hear people all the time say this is a really tough game, and for the most part it is. But it's just, I just find there's a bit of a learning curve. And if you just keep practicing and getting as far as you can each time, you'll get further and further every time, and you'll eventually get to the point where you can go through the whole thing and even get the good ending. Especially when you've got, you know, when you know where all the hidden items and stuff are. Like there's in here. Don't really need it, but there is a hidden iced tea there. I'll just call it a health potion. I might just pick it up and drink it just before I head into to fight the boss. Okay, that's getting in the way. Should have waited, really. Yeah, there's no real special tactics for these guys. You can just walk into these guys and just keep using the mid-level punch like that, because they don't seem to be able to counter-attack like all the other mutants. All the mutants can, especially those big red guys. Do try not to let yourself get surrounded though. It's not so bad with these guys, but when you start fighting like the monks and stuff, it's a really bad situation when you've got two on either side. You really don't want that to happen. So anyway, yeah, this is what I do. Oh, shit, sorry, I tried to roll underneath it. Not the best example, by any means. But yeah, you don't need to roll. I always make that mistake. Look, just run, get her to do that and then run under her. Let her hit the oil drum once so it starts flaming, and then just push it underneath it. And there you go. Man, what a trip. Okay, so that's episode 1 done. And now, the start of episode 2. So this is where you start getting the monks and stuff. This is where the game starts getting tough. Now, that first episode was just an introduction. And really just a bit of a foreshadowing of all the infuriation that's to come. But yeah, anyway, you start off with a roadkill right there, and there's also a hidden power fist. You do have to pick him up and use him to get him to unveil that. And you're not going to need it for long, so my advice is take out this monk using your combos, and then for the second monk, because another monk will appear right after. And after you take out this monk, just use the power slam straight up. Just save yourself a headache, because there'll quickly come a point where you won't be able to carry that power fist. Because yeah, there's a cluster of dynamite here, which you'll need in the next section. Obviously we need to keep taking roadkill with us, and there's a health potion in the unmarked crate. For the love of God, do not detonate any of those caution sign boxes, because you're well and truly screwed if you do. Okay, so we're going to use that cluster of dynamite that I uncovered to blow these out of the way, but first of all you want to use the rock that's in front of the others to cover up that hole, just to stop the creeps from coming out. And I'm not too familiar with that way, going to the left. I always go down, just because that's the way I know. Taking routes you're unfamiliar with can be a little bit scary in this game, and can definitely be costly. Yeah, when you destroy that big guillotine type thing, Jesus, you want to get over to him as quickly as you can, because otherwise he just starts throwing fireballs at you. Okay, he was draining my health a lot more than what I'm used to, I'm sure. Yeah, so I've had to use my health potion quite quickly. That doesn't normally happen, and I've got to pray that this doesn't blow me up now. Oh wow, okay, you see that is really lucky. That's a really lucky grab from the question mark. It's quite rare that it gives you that. Couldn't have asked for anything better, especially since I had to use my other one pretty soon. But yeah, this is a bit of an endurance. Yeah, some kind of fighting tournament. You got to fight two Strigals, these pricks with the green squids on their heads. And then there's a Gravis. Yeah, this dude. Gravis, make it quick. There's a monk. Sticks, they're called, I think. Yeah, Sticks, you're next. And then there's a brand new enemy, Mongolia. And I think that's it for this room. Yeah. Oh, best thing about these girls is, well, this one at least, you don't have to fight her. Just send in roadkill, and hopefully that'll happen. She'll piss her pants and run, thinking it's a mouse, and you know, because we all know, it's a well-known fact that women are frightened of mice. Never did understand that. Anyway, this guy can be pretty tricky to get past. Took me ages to figure this out. Just get a roadkill, send him out, he'll uncover that. wait for a gap in the fireballs and just bomb him right in his stupid fucking face. Okay, this part can be pretty unpredictable because there can be it can be a massive dick to you. This part can. If you fall down there, you are DED, dead. And you can very easily be knocked off the rope. Sometimes it takes a few hits for them to knock you off the rope, but other times it'll just happen. Like they'll hit you once and you'll just fall, and that's it. Game over. But at this point, we do have one continue because every episode you beat earns you an extra continue. Thanks for that, Google. So there are a total of 2 extra continues in the game. And I have had some really lucky runs with this game, where I haven't had to use a single continue. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, there's no items here. Okay. Shit. This can be really tricky with the D-pad, but you wanna... Fuck. Oh, wow, this controller does not like doing the combat roll. Yeah, fucking Jesus. Sorry, it's my controller. Real fucking hard. There we go. Yeah, that's a bastard to do with any D-pad. And if you're using a PS2 controller, like me, it's it doesn't like to play ball. The thing about the monks is they tend to take advantage of any moment where there's any amount of distance between you with that big long fucking pole. And they'll just use any opportunity to fucking jab you with it. Oh, a dagger. Okay, I was really nervous about that one. I always am. Okay. Yeah, you can use the rat on these. There is one in episode 3, page 2, that you want to avoid doing that to, because she carries a health potion and she won't drop it if you scare her off. Just hold the block button unless you've gone into the options and turned the auto block on. Yeah, best thing to do is use roadkill, and until he takes them out. Fuck, she's actually killed him. Yeah, that can happen. It all depends on whether or not he can get to him. But yeah, what I'm saying is just stand out the way while Mongolia and roadkill are fighting, and just block, just in case he happens to come over to you. Anyway, yeah, he's back here anyway. Is this a dot? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is what the grenade's for. Get that prick out your face. I do kind of want to take the knife with me because it will help against the boss, but I really don't know. So, hang on. Yeah, might be worth just using that now. Okay, so as soon as you get in here, like as soon as you grab onto the wooden pole, like now, just drop the dynamite and kick these things as quickly as you can. Otherwise they'll start laying the hurt on you. The reason you drop that stick of dynamite down is because there's a trap right here on the floor, and if you don't blow it up, it'll do some serious damage to you. But anyway, I think there's also a hidden knife. Yeah. So I've got 2 knives now. And now quite close to the end. Now, you don't need to be as scared of this guy as you do with all the other monks, because I find he seems to die a lot quicker. And I think the reason for this is the amount of fireballs he uses. Because, like your projectile attack, that being the paper airplane, I think using these projectile attacks drains a bit of health from them. So if you let him stand there and do it for a while, they've not got much health to fight you with. I think it goes the same for the green dudes with the crowbars as well. Okay, you don't normally have to be scared of this prick. You know, you see how much damage I didn't have to do to him. Okay, there's a nice tea there. Okay. I've got to let roadkill go so I can take that with me. Phew, thank God it worked there. Because it absolutely has to work there. You must be the old fungi. I'm in charge of training Mortis's people. Nice fingernails, dude. Do you wish I use them? Dude? Oh dear. Yeah, sketching his big gob. Shit. Yeah, just knife him. The idea is to get him to fly back into the fingernails that he's left in the wall. It's a lot easier to do if you've got a knife. I don't know what I was doing then. Okay, just knock that back real quick. It's because I've not got the block button assigned, that's why it's a bit trickier than it is. Shit, I was hoping it would do that. I was ready to knock him back into him. You shouldn't take too much more now though. You should be just about ready to pop. Okay, I'm gonna need to be on this side because there's some nails in the wall there. That should be it. Yeah, there we go. Thanks for the lesson, you old prick. Oh. Okay, so far so good. No deaths, and we're on episode 3. That's good. Oh, right. Episode 3, Curse of the Dead Ships. This is it, this is the last episode. Okay, start out with a roadkill again. There's just a couple of those green slug creatures to begin with. Fuck you. Okay, it's fucking me up a little bit. More than it should be anyway. You don't need to bother with combos with these dudes, just fuck them up. Just lay the fuck smack on them with punches, even when they start blocking like that, because as I said before, they can't counter like the other mutants can. No, you fucking up. Fuck nugget. Fucking prick. Smash your fucking teeth in. There we go. No hidden items around here. Okay. There's an interesting part here, but first we've got to kill him. You can knock him into the creature's mouth there. It sometimes happens, but it doesn't always, and you've got to be careful because you don't want it to bite you. Anyway, just feed the rat to him and then jump over. That doesn't hurt you because it's a creature and not an object, so don't worry about that. So I'm going to just check here because I'm not too certain about this area. No, nothing. Righty-ho. Okay, this is a very delicate part. Okay, thank God. You need that dude out of your way. Ooh, alright. Just watch what I do. And just hope I don't fuck it up. Alright. Perfect. Whew. That part can go south so easily. Like 9 times out of 10, that creep will just knock you onto one of the mines and just send everything up, including you. And if you're anything below half health, it'll just fuck the whole thing up. Probably why this bitch drops a health potion. Now, you want to push this crate down here, and before you push it down there, what you do need to do, hit this switch, and it'll drop some items down there, up there, sorry. Press the wrong button there, I did not mean to do that. Cannot, it, fuck, might end up killing me. I've never had to do it like this, but, oops, there we go. But yeah, okay, I'm going to need to use that now. If we use roadkill, he doesn't uncover a hidden item, but he opens up another way to go, and it's a shortcut with 2 question mark items. Again, I'm just going to, oh wow, very lucky. Dynamite and hand grenade. I'm going to use the grenade on this prick straight away because it's an arse wipe. Okay. I'm going to see if they'll hit each other. No. No, they were starting to. Just going to try some low attacks. Because they tend to handle the mix-up combos a lot better than the Gravises do. So I tend to just give them some low kicks. No, you see, no, that was good. That was a good example. That's a bad example. See how he just counters. That's why you need to mix up sometimes. These guys can be a bit unpredictable though. Sometimes the mix-ups will work, but a lot of the time they won't. I'm going to try the rat here because I'm just not sure. No, nothing. Okay. Oh no, he's never actually done that before. He normally stays on that side and lets me punch him into the spikes. Anywho, nice and simple this part. There's a mine underneath that switch, so that's why you can't pull the switch yourself. Yeah. It can be quite delicate though, because you do not want to catch those spikes because they'll just knock you back into the mine and, you know, just fuck everything up per the norm. You see what I mean about so many situations being like so easily fucked up by the littlest change of circumstance. Oh. Yeah, this part. We've got... Don't know if you can see those mines there, but be very careful. Also got to hope. Okay, a health item, that's good. I don't know if it's worth really. Shit. I really don't know what I want to take with me, and I don't know if it's worth, you know, actually seeing what's in that question mark. I've been so lucky up to this point. I really don't feel comfortable chancing it. Shit. I will need roadkill with me, but I would like the dynamite as well. In fact, I think the dynamite's better than the grenade, so maybe I will take that. So just making sure I don't press the wrong button, that's all. Yeah, the grenade, wow. Jesus, I know that's the toughest door in the whole game, but it takes a dynamite and two shoulder barges to take down. I'm surprised that neither of these guys have one attack that can hit whooping. I was hoping they'd fight each other. They sometimes will, but sometimes the green prick just fucks off over there. Just going to let him shoot a few fireballs. Maybe it will drain his energy a bit. That's what I'm hoping. And it's coming over now. Still taking considerable abuse. So. Okay, so this guy, at least, I don't know if all the monks are like it, but this guy seems to be quite defenceless against the low attacks, and his own mate has just finished him off for me at water time. Just two more of these claw things that drop crawlers. Just get rid of them quickly. I think there's a knife or something in here. I might be wrong. No, wrong. Yeah, there is a knife. It's in one of the last rooms, I think. Okay, just watch what I do carefully here. Okay, that is not what I was trying to do. Oh, sorry, I completely fucked that up. The idea is to drop the explosive ball onto the android, as you can well imagine. Okay, here you just want to time this so that it grabs the ball and then jump through. These things just shoulder barge, and then there's two striggles simultaneous. I find a lot of the time at least one of these guys ends up glitching and falling through the floor and out of existence. And don't worry, if that happens, you can still carry on, like it doesn't keep you trapped in this room. It does register him as dead. So no worries, it's actually good if that happens because it saves you the trouble of having to kill him. You may and you may not have noticed, but the enemies by this point in the game have gotten pretty tough. These guys take some serious abuse now, but there's not much left now. I'm not doing too hot for health and items though. Shit, this guy must nearly be dead. That's gotta be it, yeah. Fucking hell. Okay, no items. Whew. There's only a couple more panels now. Now, there are 3 Gravises, one after another, in this room. That's it. You really want them to... Fuck that. That doesn't always happen. What's supposed to happen is it's supposed to just kill him and not break. And sometimes you can get that to happen with all 3 of these Gravises, but sometimes it just blows up when the first one hits him, like it did just then for some reason. I have no idea why this happens, if it's a glitch or if I sometimes do it wrong, like if there's a certain technique to it. I don't know. I don't think there is. I think the game just does what it wants. It is that sort of game. But you see, look, you can kill 3 Gravises like that pretty quickly with the mix-up combos. Now, I can't stress how important this is. Do not carry on until you've got this knife. There have been so many instances where I've forgotten this knife, and you absolutely fucking need it. And this creep in here, you'll notice, takes 5 hits instead of 3. And all the creeps in the final room, the next and final room, do as well. I think, anyway. Okay, I'm just going to pray for a minute. A power fist, that's good. An iced tea would have been better, but yeah, you see that switch over there, that's what you need this knife for, that we got in that room. Because otherwise you've got to shoulder barge the door down. Unless the question mark item gives you some dynamite or something. But anyway, I might be able to beat this guy with this much health. I'm not awfully confident, but it might work. But yeah, anyway, this is the 3rd and final boss now. Like with the first boss, there's a trick that means you don't really have to fight him, but it can be tricky to avoid. And you're in a hurry for this boss as well, because if you want the good ending, you've got to kill him before the girl drowns. You see, just fuck. That's all you've got to do, and just hope he dies before you do. His own minion damaged him, that's pretty funny. You'd be surprised at how quick this method can kill him. Oh shit. Yeah, I was pretty certain that that fucking creep was going to kill me, because he was just hovering off screen and he just would not get off my case. If I had any more health, that would have been fine. But anyway, I've got 2 continues. It's not back to the start of the episode, just the start of this page, so I've got to hope that this goes well now. Whew. Shit, I don't think I'm positioned correctly. I'm gonna alter myself ever so slightly. Looks good, yeah. Grenade, not bad. 2 grenades. Nah, could be better. Could be worse though. Really shouldn't complain. I think I'd rather shoulder barge this down and then just use both grenades on the 2 goons that come out in a sec. Yeah. Great thing about the grenades is they don't damage you like the dynamite does. I mentioned you do have a projectile attack earlier, the paper airplane. All you do for that is just stand still and hold square. Well, sorry, I'm using a PS2 controller, you have to excuse me. You just stand still and hold the attack button, whatever that might be. And he'll sort of tear a piece of the background. Crap, I needed that to blow the door open. Well, anyway. Yeah, he'll tear a piece from the background, fold it into a paper airplane and throw it. And it's pretty damaging, but it's slow to do. It can come back and hurt you, and it also takes quite a bit of health off of you to use it. It actually costs health, so I tend to never use it because I can never really get any use out of it that's worth the health and the risks that it takes. Okay, I'll shoulder barge these. Shit. I always get a bit nervous with those things. Nothing to worry about though, as long as you don't move forward too quickly. You see what I mean? That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. I don't know if you saw that, but he dropped through the bottom of the panel. So now this time I haven't got to fight that git. So I just hope this dude doesn't make up for it with stubbornness. Oh, okay. Didn't take too long that time. It was quite weird. Okay, righty-ho. Okay, yeah, use the health there, because only a couple more panels now. I can hope that this one goes a bit more smoothly. This is one panel that, yeah, again, this is one panel that mix up for me a lot more often than it goes well. It'd help if he'd do what it sounds, and it'd help if he'd stop being fucking cheap like that. Look at all that health I've just lost. Just because that prick won't fucking have it. Fucking cunt. Oh man, I was doing so well. Come on, you guys. I just really need this guy to just go down with no fuss. Okay, that's all. Yeah, there's a knife. See, I nearly forgot it then. I just barely remembered that. Oh, you cunt. Will you get your ass down here? Come on, I've hit him more than 5 times. I don't know if it's worth the risk, I'm just going to do it. Power fist, that's good. And I've got considerably, well, I've got a bit more health than I did last time. Let's just go in and pray. Oh, deep breath. I don't know if you've been listening to the music up to this point, but definitely got one of the best soundtracks on the Megadrive. Fucking brilliant music. The guy's name is Howard Drossin. He's actually a pretty notable composer. He's done some pretty fucking awesome scores over the years. Just power slam right off the bat. Fuck it. Shit, I hate when he does that. There's a creep hanging out over there again. Look at this prick over there, he just will not move. Okay, boss is dead. Just gotta hope these fuckers don't kill me. There we go. Kill those dudes, switch appears there. Grab it, pull it, game over. And there it is, Comix Zone with the good ending. Yeah, I said earlier, the game can be a bitch, and you've seen that. That was a good run to show you just how much of a bitch it can be, but at the same time, how beatable the game actually is. Because it is beatable. But a lot of people don't seem to think it is. I've got a friend who actually swears down that it's impossible. So I'm just going to show him this video now. Yeah, we're always talking about this game, and he's adamant that the game is impossible to beat. But it just takes practice. Like, you're probably wondering how I got to that point where I know everything and I'm just so good at, you know, dispatching the enemies quickly and stuff, and just killing the bosses as quickly and cleanly as I did. But that's all it is, just practice. Like, to get to the point that I am now with this game, I've spent maybe 2 or 3 weeks just playing it at least once or twice every day, and just getting as far as I could. And I just did this straight, you know, without fail, every day for 2 or 3 weeks. And by the end of that, I knew pretty much everything there was to know. Yeah, man, that's Comix Zone. A hard son of a bitch, but fucking good. Really is fun to play, and it's got great sound and great music. The fucking artwork's immense as well. Love the artwork for the game. But anyway, I'd rate this a solid 9 out of 10. I might be being a bit stingy there, but I don't think I could ever see myself giving a game a 10 out of 10. But if there was ever a game to get a 10 out of 10 out of me, it would be this one. Anyway, here's the final score. You only get that little green bit at the top and the last bit of percentage if you rescue the girl. If the girl dies, you get the bad ending and you don't quite get 100%. Anyway, hope this helps, guys, and I hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, pass it around, and if you've got any other games you want to see me cover, just shoot me a message. I'll always respond. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.